We've got CSGO, League of Legends, Chicken Dinners, and the GFinity AU make a debut. You're watching the Podium. G'day gamers and welcome to the Podium, where we take a look at the biggest hits, epic takedowns and classic comebacks from across the world of esports. I am joined this week by Mr. Joe Gilroy, as I am every week.
Yeah, it's true. I'm joined by Bo Uche. I didn't realise that ugly sweaters were in season. That's pretty cool.
Yes, we're bringing it back. So some people bring sexy back. This is what we're bringing back. So I hope, we should wear green next time so we can superimpose some green screen elements.
That'd be good.
On. Yeah, we should coordinate better with our outfits.
We'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll look into it. One thing we have been looking into is lots of esports action. And first to drop in is some PUBG.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of PUBG recently. There's been a groundswell of enthusiasm about it ever since the Zemo Invitational. Obviously before that, but it seems like it's kicking off recently. The ESU Oceanic Invite League is underway again, and the first week's gone really well. It's been super entertaining. You're seeing a lot of great teams, great organizations buying teams or signing players and putting together teams, and the competition is out of control. At the moment, obviously, some of the best are still at the top. Greyhound Gaming, Athletico, those sorts are still well up there. But you're seeing the likes of Sif Gaming and others get up there. Avant, in the clip we're going to watch, you'll see Avant just barely miss out on beating Greyhound, and that would be spectacular in itself. But oh man, this clip, let's watch it.
Let's just go into Greyhound because they're the ones getting the knockdowns. They're the ones being aggressive, throwing out the smokes. This looks like it's God V at the moment. It's Oni-Chen throwing the smokes right on top of Avant Gaming. And they blow up Kasoon. Kozzy and Somatic left. Blackout ANZ leads the charge. He spots Kozzy behind the crate. Quick spray. Knockdown. Somatic the last one left. And that should be just about the end for Avant Gaming. Gets a double knockdown spray. Oh, he turns it around out of nowhere. And it's a 1v1. But Oni-Chen confirms for Greyhound. What a climactic finish in the end between Greyhound and Avant.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah.
Oh, the worst time to reload. I mean, it's so easy to criticize when you've got, hindsight. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If Somatic had just held on just a little bit longer, he could have finished them off, and that would have been, I would have tilted on Greyhound's behalf. I reckon that would have been nuts.
Yeah. So, and you were saying before, with the teams that are getting into it, and PUBG's been a bit of a slow burn when it comes to competitive titles. It wasn't one that kind of was a lot big on the scene early on, but it has, like you said, got a lot of momentum, and there's a lot of bigger teams kind of getting involved. And how do you see it, like that trajectory as it's come from, as it was in the mainstream, just being an underground game that just the enthusiasts were into. Now it's kind of getting like that recognition. It's kind of having this really nice arc.
It's it is. It's a nice arc. It's a good build, and what we're seeing more and more is these organisations are starting to take it seriously. They might just be, I don't know, feeling it out and seeing how it will go, but at the end of the day, what matters is these players are getting the support they need to play competitively more often, scrim more often, and that will actually lead to a higher quality caliber of play. And in the end of the day, that's what. And
that's what will help players improve, because that was something we were talking about last week with lower level teams and lower skilled players not having the opportunity to have that high level competition. So the way that PUBG is put together, it has a more conducive environment to help players progress.
For now, yeah, absolutely. And that's what the extra orgs are doing. They're allowing them to practice more and play in these extra leagues and stuff like that.
More practice, more chicken dinners.
Yeah.
So going from one of the more underground titles to one of the biggest in the space, League of Legends, there was some action coming out of that over the weekend. Yeah,
the OCS kicked off the Challenger Series. These are like the academy teams, the up-and-comers. And obviously there are some big names playing. Carbon is a particularly big one. He's the head of eSports at Legacy, and he's playing on their academy team. But there's been a lot of interesting teams coming up as well. What they're playing for is a shot at the relegation system in 2019. They're playing for a shot at the OPL, really. And so what we're seeing is teams play as hard as they can because they want to succeed. What we're going to see now is one team in particular, QUT eSports, take on Darksided, and this is a university team.
My alma mater.
Oh, even better. And yeah, they're working their way into the OPL. Let's have a look.
Tekka has to retreat, and for Darksided, there it is. It's pulled too early. Fate almost gets sniped, but Fate will pick up the kill, and Darksided walk too far forward. The trade on Tekka won't even find its mark. Ecotoxic has the 1v5, but the dream is dead. A triple kill for Fate, and QUT 6 times the charm.
Is it though? Tempest is still alive. He does have Smite. I don't know why he threw that ward down so early. Junglers are pretty good at guesstimating how much health Baron has, but I feel like he has to go for this.
They're all so low.
Yeah, and they're taking that extra damage, that extra AoE damage from Baron.
He's going in. He's got the mark. He jumps in too early. The smite comes in, and Baron will be secured at the cost of 1 life.
Baron takes down Nami as a last stand.
So there you have it. So with the Challenger Series, you know, being this opportunity to build up to get into the OPL, as you were talking about, is we have an issue with the way that some of the League of Legends competitions are structured, because it you know, doesn't allow for natural progression, as you know we were just talking about with PUBG. So you know, is this a step in the right direction, the Challenger Series?
It absolutely is. I mean, I've been thinking about it like a lot. This idea that the OPL needs a way to incentivize teams to practice better, and academy teams are a perfect way to give teams the rosters they need, the amount of players they need to find the best scrims they can get. Obviously, OCS academy teams want to play at the highest level they can. The OPL teams are incentivized to play at the highest level they can to push the OCS guys and not lose to them and get like just
wipe the floor with
blatantly replaced. Yeah. But yeah, it's the perfect way to encourage better, like higher level practice. Which, I mean, I don't want to beat the same drum the whole episode, but yeah, it is like the perfect way to get for a scene to get better.
Yeah, and you know, because it is the Challenger Series, you know, we did see one of the teams keep getting lulled into this same trap each time. Like, is it because the teams like to experiment a bit more in this space?
It's a bit of that. It's a bit of just a complete lack of experience in competitive play. Obviously, a lot of these teams are coming up out of being high quality Q players, and they're coming into the competitive space not really knowing as much as others. And that's what they're going to learn. That's what they're going to learn in the OCS and over the course of the season. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about academy play is that you get to see teams grow at a monumental rate over the course of a season. You don't really see that in the Pro League as much.
Yeah, well, it'll be great to track their progress and see how they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So moving on from LOL, we're now heading to the ESEA MDL.
That's a lot of initialisms.
You know, some might say it took us a few takes to get that right, but they would be remiss.
Remiss! Can it? Remiss!
Remiss. But you know, someone who did not remiss is some of the CSGO players that we're going to check out right now.
That's a fantastic save. Yeah, no, Order were playing in the ESEA MDL, and they sadly didn't make it all the way to the finals. They got knocked down in the group stages. They were coming hot off a huge weekend at IEM Sydney, and they did have to travel all the way to Leicester in the UK. So that's a bit rough, but nonetheless, the teams they come up against were of high quality as well. So, not to take anything away from them, they dropped a German team big, and they did manage to take down the US team Swole Patrol. Alistair coming up big. He's crazy with an AWP, and he managed to put it together in the clip we're about to watch.
Only 2 targets remain now. Cooper jumping from below. He's trying to find that kill. He knows he needs some kind of advantage brought back into their favor a little bit. Cooper comes out the side. He's tagged Imagine. Zelsis now can finish him off a little bit easier. Flashbang comes out. Imagine starting to gain space towards the forklift. Zelsis takes him down, but he's in the open as the smoke fades. Alistair takes him down, and it's just now Cooper 1 versus 2.
Cooper, as of yet, has 1 kill. Slow to get things started, but he's got his trusty op, and he's spotted Liaz. Nice shot. Alistair able to sneak across. I don't think he has a clue, but he finally hurt him. Alistair's actually going to go up top. And it is a 1v1. So much riding on the round. Dig through the box. And a follow-up shot as well from Alistair. Not only does he get the kill, He'll have time for the defuse.
Alistair's AWP. It's got quite a ring to it.
You are about alliteration, aren't you? It's letters and
Letters and words.
wordplay, yeah.
It's really good for a video to have letters and words involved in it. But no, it's it's great to see Aussie teams, especially with a bit of a disadvantage, and they had to be coming off a high with all the action we saw at IEM the week before, and all that travel to still get some of the results they did.
They're probably a bit seedy after IEM as well. It's there's a bit of a party on afterwards as well. So yeah, they were probably a bit seedy, a bit jet lagged, and yeah, coming off a little bit of a rough time. But nonetheless, the idea of being a pro is you got to show up and perform. It's a bummer to see them knocked out in the group stages, but as always, it'll be bigger and better next time. I mean, Order are a fantastic team. They're one of the two teams, Order and Greyhound, that were highlighted by the many overseas teams that came to IEM Sydney. So yeah, they expect huge things.
Yeah, be great to see where they go from here. So last but certainly not least, we're finally seeing some GFinity action.
Yeah, GFinity AU managed to, I don't know, they took over and sent a bunch of Australia's best FIFA players across their UK studio to qualify for the FIFA eWorld Cup and the FIFA eWorld Cup playoffs. There's so many stages to this qualification, but what we saw was 4 of the best duke it out, and one of the more interesting games was Joshingwood against RTT. Joshingwood seemed to have his number all throughout the E-League, but yeah, RTT showed up. Yeah, let's have a look.
Two Brazilians will be looking to make the difference here. It's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo, though, the Portuguese man, just bursting down, using that strength, looking for that cross into the box. You could see Pele was looking to find the finish, but again, an opportunity from this corner. Ronaldo with a flick hard, and Ramos has turned the tie around here.
Yeah, I mean, a bit unfortunate there.
I mean, oh yeah, like that's bread and butter. I mean, the cross in from the corner, you got to be able to stop that one, and yeah. He got lucky. It should have gone in. It shouldn't have hit the crossbar. So he got lucky having someone to
be there to put it back. Yeah, and still heartbreaking. But good to see Aussie teams competing on a global scale. We saw the E-League in Australia, which just culminated quite recently, and didn't quite get the viewership or the kind of recognition that we were expecting. The competition was fairly skewed to Sydney FC only lost the one game throughout the season. But what FIFA as an esport, like how is it? How is it with the GFinity comp? Like, did you see something more interesting here? Like, is there hope for like more local FIFA comps with what you saw over in London?
I think that the quality of competition in Australia is extremely high, and stuff like the E-League is only going to lead to better levels of competition. Again, we're going back to it, but it means more opportunities to practice, more opportunities at high level play for players that might not always get it. And so the great thing about as much FIFA as possible is that it's just more chances to play and more chances to win. Marcus Gomes was the other player who managed to qualify. Two players got to qualify, so it was RTT and Marcus Gomes, and they'll be representing Australia essentially in the playoffs in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's great. So there's some good Aussie names to get behind and cheer them on.
Yeah.
So there you have it. More great action from across the competitive gaming landscape. It has been a bit of a down after such a fantastic week the week before, but still lots of great competition going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But more to come. We're not over yet. Like we're also seeing the start of GFinity coming up in a couple of weeks. Anything else that people should be watching out for this week?
The big one is BAM 10, Australia's biggest fighting game tournament. Street Fighter 5, Tekken, Smash Bros, different Smash Bros, another Smash Bros, some Dragon Ball Z action, and I believe that it'll be the first time the Australian public gets the chance to play Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, right.
So hopefully some pros, some former pros, and excited people.
And some wannabe pros.
Of course. We'll get a chance to try that out and check it out.
Yeah, fantastic. So lots on for the fighting community this week. And so, yeah, and of course, we'll be covering all the action here on the podium. Make sure you check in next week. See you then.
Bye.